Hallöchen Freunde, willkommen zurück zu Rosewater. So, was haben wir hier? Einen
That's what
Ofen.
keeps this heap going. Makes it pretty hot in here too.
Dann machen wir hier mal ein bisschen weiter, ne?
None are in the red, so I guess that's good.
Eine Brotbox.
Jake's luggage. I could put everything I own in that suitcase and it would hardly cover the bottom.
Wie viel Zeit der da hat? Anschauen und lesen. Na gratuliere, muss ich wieder was
Lola
vorlesen?
must be a reader. Always nice to have some books around. I don't think I've read most of these. Phil?
Señorita?
Will this be your first time visiting El Presidio?
It will. I have heard many tales of this so-called Mouth of the West. I am curious to find out which ones are true.
You're very polite, Phil, but please, call me Harley.
What is wrong with Señorita?
It's not my name.
Ah, but it is a sign of respect. I would never dream of addressing a new Spanish lady by her given name.
Well, things are different here.
As I am learning. If you wish it, it will be so.
Appreciate it. We'll talk more later.
I look forward to it.
Mhm. Da haben wir eine Karte. Prospect Peaks, New Spain. Rotterdam. Westen Vespuccias. Wie groß das ist eigentlich im Vergleich zu anderen ist New Spain. Rotterdam ist recht klein. Der Pazifische Ozean. Prospect Peaks. Interessant. Mudbank, Silent Fort, Hellfire Pass.
Hey, Nadine.
Hello, Harley. Something I'd like to ask you. You seem
Yeah.
quite well traveled. What's it like in a big city?
Groß.
Well, everywhere's different. I've never been to El Presidio before.
It's big. Well, from what I hear, not as crowded as cities back east.
Doubt it's anything you can't handle. Stick with us and you'll be fine.
That is something of a comfort.
So how'd you become a healer? Did you go to school?
No. I mean, I attended the missionary school for a few years as a child, but not to learn medicine. I was taught by Dr. Sedgwick. I worked as his apprentice for nearly a decade. He was a wonderful guardian and mentor. I am grateful for all his care.
You said Doc Sedgwick was your guardian? What about your parents?
I never knew my mother. She died soon after I was born. My father worked for Dr. Sedgwick, which is how I came to his household. He took me in when my father died from an infected wound.
I'm so sorry. How old were you?
I don't remember exactly, but I couldn't have been more than 5.
Did that have anything to do with you choosing to learn medicine?
I suppose so. Yes. If I can save somebody's loved one, grant them extra time to cherish together, well, there's no better way to help people.
Ich musste
is
laufen, weil
there?
der Text nicht übersetzt wird. So.
When did you return to the Otham?
I went to them in April of last year, but it wasn't a return. They took me in. People were leaving town, and there was less need for me at the clinic. It was Dr. Sedgwick who encouraged me to find my own path. The Altham were kind to accept me as a guest, but truthfully, I'm glad for this opportunity to travel with you and the others.
You said the Otham took you in. They aren't your people?
No, I don't know who my people are. My father never told Dr. Sedgwick, and I have no memories of him talking about it. I think my parents came from somewhere to the east, but I'm not even sure of that.
Have you ever tried tracking down where you came from?
No, I've considered it, but it's complicated. Perhaps someday.
Ja, das
Hey,
sieht so aus.
I see something up ahead, by the side of the road. Looks like somebody's been making lots of holes.
Wagon's slowing down.
Guess it caught Lola's eye too. Let's have a look.
Aha.
Have you been stranded out here, ma'am?
Oh, no, not at all. I can see how it might look that way, but I assure you, I am here with fierce and deliberate purpose.
And just who are you?
My name is Amber Lee, and I am a paleontologist.
Beg your pardon?
It means I collect and study fossils.
Fossils? You mean bones?
Yes, that's right. Bones of the great creatures that roamed these lands millions of years ago. The mighty thunder lizards who shook the ground with every step. This wasn't always a desert, you know. It may seem difficult to imagine now, but millions of years ago, this was all a vast, lush rainforest. The perfect habitat for these awesome beasts.
Suppose everybody needs a hobby.
This is no mere hobby, sir. This is my vocation. In fact, I have been invited to exhibit my findings at the esteemed Jolly Good Club in El Presidio.
Oopie.
The Jolly Good Club.
Does that mean you know Dr. Bennett Clark?
Afraid not. As women are excluded from the club, I've not had occasion to associate with its members. They have made a special exception to allow me to give my lecture, and they are expecting something spectacular. If I don't find something truly extraordinary to show, I will be in quite a bind. Fortune has not been in my favor on this expedition. I am certain this area is full of treasures. Fossilized remains, that is. But the Earth stubbornly refuses to yield up her secrets. Say, have you any experience with excavation?
Afraid not. Can't even remember the last time I touched a shovel.
Oh, no matter. The digging isn't even the most important part. It's the handling of the fossils. As long as you've a delicate touch, you'll be a great help. I shall compensate you for your trouble, of course.
How much are we talking?
I'll need 2 field assistants. I am prepared to offer you 5 crowns each for a day's labor, and double that if you turn up something I can exhibit.
If we do turn up something good, surely it's worth more than that to you. How about doubling that finder's fee to 10?
These discoveries will surely have enormous value to the scientific community, but I fear my cash is limited. It seems you are confident in your abilities. In exchange for the chance of a greater bonus, perhaps you will accept a reduction in the guaranteed fee to 3 crowns each?
So we'll make at least 6 and as much as 26 crowns.
Sounds like a fine gamble. Let's find us some bones. You taking point on this, Harley?
Guess so.
Mehr söker kom, oh Gott.
Phil, wanna help me out?
Yes, this could be interesting.
Now remember, we are searching for bones belonging to the great dinosaurs that I believe were once abundant here. They may be scattered in pieces. I aspire above all to discover and assemble a complete skeleton for display. My holy grail, if you will. If you uncover anything useful, be sure to tag it for classification.
Don't waste too much time. We got to keep moving.
We shall reconvene in an hour.
All right, but not a minute more.
May fortune favor our search.
Klicke mit der linken Maustaste auf die Symbolbürste oder Stachel, um die einzelnen Werkzeuge auszuwählen.
Oh, whoops.
Aha.
I found something.
Das war doch was. Ich hab sowas tatsächlich auch mal gemacht, das ist irrsinnig langweilig. Also ihr könnt euch ansehen, so wie sie da gräbt, das tust du gar nicht. Du tust da Schicht für
I can't dig
Schicht,
any deeper.
Schicht für Schicht runterschaufeln. Also so richtig nur so abkratzen, ganz minimal. Das ist verheerend.
And what have we here?
Und dann habe ich schon beim ersten Mal was kaputt gemacht, ja, weil ich gleich graben habe. Ne? Eben darum ist es da machst du Schicht für Schicht, gräbst du dann das, tust du dann so leicht abtragen. Tust du mit dem nicht graben, da tust du nur so ziehen ein bisschen, eben damit es sowas nicht passiert. Das ist, da hast du dann so viele verschiedene Erdschichten.
Well, now, what's this?
Ich weiß nicht, das war wahrscheinlich nur irgendein Schnee, aber wir beschriften aber alles, ist ja wurscht. Ne? So tragisch kann es nicht sein. Ah, das ist, man gibt hier genügend, die das taugt, gell? Mir hat das
Well,
jetzt
now,
nicht wirklich
what's
Spaß gemacht, das ist so. Vaters Farm, Schuling, Tobago, Gegenstand, ablegen.
I can't dig any deeper.
Mhm.
Well, now, what's this? I could probably get a few crowns for this.
Ja, schlimm. Wie gesagt, man muss sagen, gefallen, ne? Für mich war das nichts. Das ist so öd. Also mir ist das so öd vorkommen. Aber ja, so ist es, gell? Man muss es einmal probiert haben, zu wissen, dass es nichts ist.
Ooh, this is interesting. Must be my lucky day. This comes with me. Ooh, this...
Das Schrottpatrone, ne?
I can't... Ooh, this is interesting.
Ich weiß nicht. Könnte ja was
Well,
sein.
now, what's this?
Ja, siehst du das.
Phew. I've been at this long enough.
All right, place everything you found on the table here and we'll have a look.
Okay.
Not a bad yield. You found some quality fossils. As for your companion, what happened to your finds?
Everything broke. Nobody told me things buried in the sand were so fragile.
I suppose I should have offered clearer instructions. I appreciate your assistance, nonetheless. I admit this is not all I had hoped for, but something is better than nothing. Here is your fee, as we agreed. Thank you again for your assistance.
Don't mention it. Good luck with your exhibition.
Okay. Interessant, ja. So ein kleines Nebending. Ja, kann man bestimmt besser. Vielleicht hätte ich noch die nehmen sollen, die wäre feinfühliger. Bei so etwas eventuell. Gut, dann haben wir das gemacht. Bin gespannt, ob da noch mehr so Sachen passieren. Wie gesagt, wahrscheinlich wäre sie die bessere Wahl für das tatsächlich gewesen. Aber ich hab das nicht, ja, lass mir vorher nicht so anschauen. Play.
A deck of cards. Helps pass the time. Hey, Danny, let's talk.
Sure. Actually, I was wondering about something. Where'd you learn how to fight?
For a while, it was how I put food on the table.
No kidding. You were a brawler?
I was. Used to call me Spitfire Harley.
Wow. Were you any good?
I took my licks, but usually held my own. In that world, being good is mostly about how much punishment you can take and keep coming back. Same as anywhere,
Okay.
really. Hell, if you want, maybe you and I can go a couple of rounds later.
Really?
Of course not, Danny. She's just pulling your leg.
I was being perfectly sincere.
Oh, shoot. In that case, I'm sitting ringside.
When the Otham had us locked up, you said something about having been in a similar predicament. Have to say, I've been curious.
Oh, right. Well, it's not that exciting. Nothing like one of Jake's stories.
Let me be the judge of that.
So, before I met Jake, I used to run with some folks who Well, we got into some trouble. The guy in charge, he thought it might be fun to try sticking up a post office. That didn't go so well. We wound up in jail for a few days. We didn't escape or anything, just did our time and were let go.
I see.
Told you it was a boring story.
Not at all. I appreciate you telling me. So who were these people you ran with before?
They, do we have to talk about this right now?
I want to know.
Well, you see...
Hey now, don't force the kid to talk if you don't want to. Danny, she's out of line. Don't say a word.
Sorry, Harley. I just rather not talk about it.
So have you been to El Presidio before?
Super,
yeah, I was
bis
born-
wir dann den
No
Leuten vertrauen.
kidding. Didn't you say your family lived near El Presidio?
In the area, yeah. They moved out to the city proper a few years back. I left when I was 16. Haven't been back in ages.
Hey, Jake?
Yeah, Harley?
Looks like we have some time on our hands. How about a story?
Sure, why not? It was 1842, and I'd been hired by the sheriff of Bleachbone Gulch to track down some cattle rustlers. It was a long and winding trail, but by following the signs, I finally tracked down the stolen herd and the rustlers' camp. So I went back to town and gathered up a posse. 4 able-bodied men, plus myself. That night, we went back under the cover of darkness. We had the element of surprise, but we were outnumbered 3-1. Before I knew it, the shooting had started. It was a long and bloody gunfight. In the end, yours truly was the last man left standing. I drove that whole herd on by my lonesome. They were all back home by dawn, with not a head missing. Lost some good fellers that night. But that was the end of cattle rustling in Bleachbone Gulch.
Hell of a story.
Now there's plenty more where that came from.
Did your travels ever take you to El Presidio?
A few times. Can't say I much care for it. But that city's for you. Too crowded, too impersonal. I'll take the wide open countryside any day.
I appreciate the chat.
Anytime, Harley.
We're slowing down again.
Good.
Okay.
I could use a change of environment. Harley, could I have a word outside?
Sure.
Sun's getting low. Time to set up camp.
Harley and I'll be back shortly. Just gonna take a walk over to that spring. Danny and the others can aid in the preparations.
You better not be skipping out every time there's work to be done, you hear?
Shall we?
Lead on.
Would you look at that spring? I ain't seen water that clear since that time I went swimming with the Prime Minister's rambunctious niece.
So, you wanted to talk to me about something?
I did. I can tell you've got a cogitating mind, always assessing the situation, finding the risks and opportunities. Now that we've got a real posse assembled, I'm keen to hear your thoughts on our little venture. Everything seem hunky-dory so far, in your estimation?
Just following your lead. I'm sure we'll get where we're going.
Uh-huh. Look, I value your input. You know, if you have any doubts, you can tell old Jake.
Of course.
Right, well, we should be heading back. L. Smith Johnson will...
Oh, hey there.
Howdy, friend.
Welcome, welcome. Name's Aubrey Trout, but you're not here about me. I reckon you're here for the spring water.
Something special about it?
Something special about it? This here's an etheric spring. Best kept secret in the great western desert.
Etheric spring?
Sure. Y'all know about ethericity, don't you?
We're familiar.
Well, this water's got the same properties, due to a confluence of etherically sensitive minerals deep in the earth, you see. This here's a hotbed. Taking a drink will cure whatever ails you and grant you the strength of 10 men.
No kidding.
If what you say is true, people would be lined up from here back to Rosewater. So where is everyone?
I told you, it's a secret. Oh, for now. Once word gets out, I'll be up to my eyes in folks wanting a sip of the stuff. I can see by your face you're not convinced. Maybe this'll change your mind. Observe.
Jumping Jehoshaphat.
Daily sips of this water have conferred upon me a practically superhuman strength. Now, tell me, how old do you think I am?
I imagine a spry young feller like yourself can't be more than 25?
What if I told you I was 52?
Enough beating around the bush. What's your game? You trying to get us to pay you for this water? Or go in on some fool business venture to sell the stuff?
Ma'am, I am wounded. Haven't tasted bliss. I just want to share it with my fellow man. Or is the spirit of generosity dead and buried? Okay, look, I'll take a drink now. Watch me. There, you see? Tastes like springtime and sunlight. Now, if the water was no good, would I have done that?
Reckon not.
So go on, friends. Share in the wealth. Take a sip.
If it does even half of what you say.
Wait. I want to see Mr. Trout take another drink.
Beg pardon.
If this water's so safe, there's no harm in another sip, right?
Of course not. It'll only do me more good. Divine nectar.
All right, Jake. If you think this guy's legit, knock yourself out.
Don't mind if I do.
Won't you try it yourself? You're missing out.
Maybe so, but I think I can live without it.
Jetzt bin ich gespannt.
To your health, friend.
To all our health. Well, how do you feel?
Not great.
Jake!
Now, no sudden moves. Empty your pockets. I want every last copper.
Just how were you able to drink so much of that stuff?
A great magician never reveals his secrets. Now, less chatter, more emptying of pockets.
You think I'm giving you anything after you killed my friend?
Oh, he was just a little sip. He'll be out for a few hours, but it won't kill him. You, on the other hand, will get one right between the eyes if you don't give me all your money. Now.
Fine, take it and get out of here.
Wise choice, friend.
Sure. Hans. Schön.
Jake, can you hear me?
What happened?
Ja.
Couldn't leave well enough alone, could you? Thanks to your stupidity, we got robbed. You got poisoned.
He took all your money?
All except the crown stuck in my boot for emergencies.
Oh, hell.
Sit tight. I'll fetch Nadine to have a look at you.
Unglaublich. Nur Betrüger überall. Schrecklich.
These look like the effects of arsenic poisoning.
Ach, sehen. Ja, bist deppert, Alter.
You said he had a small amount of the water?
Just a sip.
I can ease the discomfort, but he'll recover on his own with time.
All right, treat him. No sense prolonging his suffering.
Very well.
I'll see you back at camp.
Ach, hey.
How are you feeling, Mr. Ackerman?
Much better, my dear, much better. You have the healing touch in those hands of yours.
I'm glad to hear it.
Maybe now you'll think twice before drinking from random puddles of water.
I think Jake's learned a valuable lesson about trusting strangers.
Let's hope so. There's no town sheriff to go crying to out here on the road. Everybody's in it for themselves, for better or worse.
The chili's almost ready. Harley, can you come help me and Phil serve?
Sure thing. That smells heavenly.
The kid is a
Dit is
good
zo weit
cook,
weg.
eh?
Oh.
But I believe this chili could use a little of my secret ingredient.
What's that?
Mezcal. I picked up a bottle before we left Rosewater. Gives it a nice smoky flavor. And makes you feel nice afterwards, too. This group needs a bit of loosening up, don't you think?
Okay, just make sure not to overdo it.
Me? Overdo it? Never.
We should be ready to serve.
Soapy.
Just one last taste. Tastier than usual. Smoky. Did one of you add something?
Just my secret ingredient.
Well, whatever it is, it's real nice. Come on, let's fill up these bowls and get everybody fed.
That was some mighty fine chili, Danny boy.
Glad you liked it.
I'd say it was the best damn chili I've ever tasted. You ever decide to give up gunslinging? Maybe you could open up a restaurant.
You really think so?
I'd be a regular.
Gosh, thank you.
It's a nice night.
Perfect for relaxing and enjoying the company of one's comrades. The best part of the day. I have always said that the battle is won or lost around the campfire the night before.
Wunderbärchen, Freunde. Hier werde ich jetzt einmal Schluss machen mit dieser Folge. Bedanke mich wie immer herzlichst bei euch fürs Zusehen und bis zum nächsten Mal. Ciao.